There's two types of founders. There's founders with investors and founders who bootstrap. And each of those different founders has a different track. So I'm one that bootstrap. And when you bootstrap, you have to really understand at an early point what your relationship with risk is and what your relationship with money is. And so when we were, kind of in the early phases, 2000, we were really starting to grow in 2008, 2009 during the Great Recession. And, banks were not lending. There was no money to be had. But here I am looking at a business that's growing. I see opportunity. So I went with what I saw and got about $150,000 of credit card debt and financed everything I could in order to make the initial growth work, knowing full well I can get out of this.
Let me pause you really quickly there. So at the time, are you married, have kids?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So at the time, married, our oldest was, I think, 3 or 4 at the time. Our middle was 2 at the time. We didn't have our third yet. So yeah, 2 little kids.
So at this point, you've got, sounds like not much in savings, if any, and just $150,000 in credit card debt.
Yep.
And what is the conversation with your wife? Is she like, let's do it, let's roll? Or
yeah, well, it's interesting. My dad and her dad were both entrepreneurs. They both had their own business. So so there's a little bit of an understanding of this is the
risk.
road.
Yeah.
I mean, she could talk about growing up and kind of the pickles they were in. So it's not the risk wasn't necessarily uncommon, but at the same time, it also wasn't crazy risk. I mean, I'm looking at numbers that say here's where we were, here's where we are. If this keeps up, here's where we will be.
Right.
How do you not pursue this? I mean, it was really kind of one of these things of you'd have to be stupid not to. And for what? Fear of money? Like that's kind of not the right reason when all the indicators are pointing you in a direction.